Hey, first grade, it's Miss Midrick here. It is time to read our second story of the week. And for this second story, I'm going to read along with you first. And then when you read it the second time, you can just mute me and then you can just read along. So I'll be reading it with you and asking some questions first. And then the second day that you read it, you just mute it and you watch this all on your own and just read it all by yourself. All right, so let's start with the title of our story. It is called On Saturday, and this is by Nina Cruz. So Nina Cruz is our author. All right, let's read this together. It looks like we're going to be reading about a young boy and his family, maybe something that they'll be doing on Saturday. Okay, ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on the tree branches outside my window. Birds chirped loudly. They woke me up. Excuse me. Okay, moving on. My mother came in. It's a beautiful day, Jack. Get up. I'll make you toast. I wonder what time of the year this is, just by looking at this picture. Wonder what time of the year this is. I'm going to assume that it is fall or autumn. Oh, here's another clue on how you might know that this is fall or autumn. This was one of our words that we worked on last week. What is the boy doing with those leaves? All right, let's read to find out. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on the sidewalk. Mr. Jones swept fall leaves into a big pile. The leaves were red, yellow, green, and brown. That doesn't look like Mr. Jones is sweeping the leaves. It looks like somebody else is. Ready, go. The wind blew the leaves as he swept. They whirled around and around. Ooh, whirled, that's a hard one. Whirled. They whirled around and around. And usually we don't sweep leaves, we usually rake them, but I think because they're on the sidewalk that you can't really use a rake. You have to use a broom to sweep them. Next page. This wind keeps making more work for me, said Mr. Jones. My mother and I helped him. People like to help each other on our block. Oh, that's really nice. Working together as a team, and especially it's always nice to help older folks that live in your area because they might not have as much energy as you have. And sometimes it takes them a long time to do something that might not take you as long to do. All right, we have a new character. Let's read to find out. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on Kofi's steps. He sang of people and of places. He sang of hopes and dreams. That sounds like a really nice song. And I wonder if some of you could name the kind of drum that Kofi is playing. So for those of you who have had music so far this year with Bubba T, he might have the same kind of drum, and you might have actually already played that drum. Next page, ready, go. In Africa, people love music. He said they play music all the time. We love music, and we love his songs. We sang along. Maybe at the end of the story, you can sing to your parents or whoever you're staying with right now. You can maybe sing one of your songs that you have learned in music. That would be pretty entertaining. New character, new page. Oh, we actually have two new characters. All right, time to start reading. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on Jean's dog, Rose. Let's all take a walk, I said. I rubbed Rose's nose. You are good with dogs, said Jean. One day I hope to have a dog, too, I said. Oh, so we have Jean is the woman, the owner of the dog, and the dog's name is Rose, and we just read a story about Rose. I wonder if these are the same characters. We have another new character. All right, let's start reading. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on Jeff's bike. Hello, Jack. It's a good day for a long ride, he said. Jeff looked at his wheels. Leaves were stuck between the spokes. He pulled them out. Then off he rode. So this character's name is Jeff. And he greeted Jack and he said, hello. And there were some leaves that were stuck in the spokes. And remember, the spokes are these long wires that go from the handlebars down here, and then the spokes go through the tire this way. And then you have them in the back. So he had some leaves stuck in there and he had to pull them out. Next page. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on the food at the farmer's market. It shone down on the fruit and vegetables. The farmer had a lot to sell. He drives here on Saturdays in his big truck. Super cool. So at the farmer's market, usually in my neighborhood, it's on Mondays. They have the farmer's market, and the farmers come and they bring their fruits and vegetables to sell. And some people bring all kinds of different things. How many of you have ever been to a farmer's market? Maybe that's something fun and exciting you could do this summer. All right, time to read again. Ready, go. We chose apples and beans. Thank you, said the farmer. See you next Saturday. So they must come to this market pretty often, because if he said, see you next Saturday, that means that they must come weekly or pretty often. Oh, this looks like the town they live in. Let's read and find out. Ready, go. On Saturday, the sun shone down on the birds, the city sidewalks, the trees, the cars, and the people walking by. That sounds like it was a nice day, a nice clear sky. Couple clouds, not too many though. Very nice. Last page. Last page. Ready, go. We went to the park. I kicked my soccer ball. This is where I live. This is the place I call home. Very nice. So he just kind of took us on a little tour around his town, visited some of his neighbors. I want you to think of what your town looks like or where you live. So we all live all over the city of Pittsburgh. We have friends who live in Penn Hills, the south side, the north side, Stowe Rocks, the Hill. So I want you to think of what your neighborhood looks like. Do you live in the same neighborhood as our school? Miss Mittrick doesn't. I live pretty far away. I live on the other side of the city. Do you have big trees on the sidewalk like Jack? So I want you to think, and you can compare and contrast. So do you have a farmer's market in your neighborhood like Jack? Do you play soccer like Jack? Do you go around town with just your mom? Or do you go around town with your grandma? Or do you do that with your dad? So think about all the different ways that you and Jack are alike and how you're different. All right, so like I said, we read this the first time together. So the next time you read it tomorrow, you should read it all on your own. And I want you to mute this video so you can read it by yourself without any help from me. And I know that you can do it. So you just really have to push through and work really hard, because I know that you've been working really hard. Make sure you get outside today too. You can always play outside just like Jack, and maybe visit a neighbor, but remember, don't get too close. You always have to keep your 6 feet of distance. Have a wonderful rest of your day, kiddos, and I hope to see you soon.